In this video, we're going to show you how to create invoices, then receive payments to those invoices, and also to pay your contractors, all within Oz. So to make things easy, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new event. The folders contain events, and it's very easy to create. You just go up to the address bar and type in N. That'll show you everything with N in it. In this case, there are the news, and we want to create a new event. Now, a folder, an event, and inquiry are all folders. They're just labeled as such, but we have it here to make it much easier, just one click to give you a head start. So, event is already filled in. In this case, we're going to create a folder called test, and we're going to say referred by. This is a list that you can create. I'm going to create a person in there. Okay. Now, this person happens to be in the system already, so Oz will find it and get all that information there. Let's pick a date. Let's pick today's date. Let's pick a time. Let's say it's a late one. Okay. And let's pick a venue. Okay. Now it's that simple. We click here and we add the event. So here we have the event all nice and neat for us. So the next thing we need to do is let's make sure we have our pricing in here. Okay, we've got that going. Maybe we want to add a few more contacts. So we click plus and we could just add anybody we want. So let's add Reggie. And let's do that again. Let's click here and add even another contact. Scroll down, or we could find people through there. Let's say Tom Curtin. That looks like a good contact to add. All right, so we've created an event. We've got a bunch of contacts with them, and it's important we could change their roles, who they are. You want to do that so when you come back to this event, you'll be able to tell who these people are. But also, I can see that the address is missing for these two people. So Oz is going to constantly, show you what you need to do. Okay, if you want to add a person, you simply add over here. Now, the reason of this video is we want to create invoices and receive payments to them. So right now we have $1,800 worth of orders. That's all of your orders right over here. Orders approved are 0. So we want to eventually approve this order. But before we do that, let's create an invoice. So we have a choice to create one or many invoices. I want to go to invoices here, and I'm going to choose. Now, by default, you're going to be able to create an invoice for anybody on your contact list. So it's very easy. So let's say we're going to create one for Carmen. Click there. And that quick, we've got an invoice created for us. Now what we need to do is add line items. So let's open that invoice up. And what kind of item it is? Let's say it's a deposit. Let's say it's a 50% deposit on event. And 50% here would be 900. So we could easily do that. And once I put the 900 in, I could see that I still need to invoice for 900 more. So when's the due date? Let's say that this is a deposit. I want this money today. And this is due upon receipt. Okay. Then I'm going to approve it. Approve it simply locks it. Now I could go back and do this whole process again, or I could simply duplicate this one or create new. So I click duplicate. All right, I shouldn't have approved it, but I did. And let me unapprove this so I can edit it. And this will be the final payment. And I could describe it here as final payment. Whatever I want to describe in here, I could do. And 900. So once I put the 900 in there, watch over here, it goes to 0. That shows me that I've got everything done correctly. Now, when I go back to my folder, and which contains my event, I could see that I have $1,800 worth of invoices. But what's going on with approved orders? I have all my orders are 1,800, but none of them are approved. Important. Approve them locks them and also helps Oz calculate them. You're going to want to add a title to your event. So let's just say that this is the cocktail hour. Okay. And then we're going to want to approve it. Okay. And then we click the folder button here. And now look what happens. We have approved orders of $1,800 and we have invoices of $1,800 leaving 0, which is good. We want to see the 0. Now, if we look at the top over here, we could see the balance is $1,800 on the event. But this is just making sure that you have approved orders and invoices because you want these two things always to equal. In other words, you don't want to sell $10,000 worth of services but only bill for 5,000. You're going to not have a business that way. You want to make sure that you have the same amount of invoices that equal your orders so you get paid for what you're doing. Okay, so then that person sends in the check. You open up the envelope, excuse me, or you receive the email of that payment and you click the receive button. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to, not a credit card, I'm just going to receive a regular payment here. Okay. And here we have, let's say, if we want to change this is the where it's from and the receive date and the payment type is deposit and the checking number is 111. The method is a check and the amount would be for 900 in this case. Now, this represents the physical check, but we want to receive it to a sub company. Let's say we want to receive it to CEO, and let's say the bank account, we want to receive it to a bank account too. Okay, so once we have that information in there, our next step is to distribute it. Number two, distribute the payment. So, in other words, I have a $900 check here, but where do I want to send it? To this invoice, that invoice? Let's send it to the first one. And I could just click full amount, deposit, and that's simple. Now, when I click the back button, it'll take me to the invoice. But if I click the folder button here and take me back, let's see what I have here. Now, if I look to the top right of my folder, I have a $900 balance. No longer does it say 1,800. Now it says 9. We still have our invoices and our approved orders, and we have a $900 balance. Now, let's just say that we have to pay a commission on that. Very simple. Just click here, new, and we find that person that we want to pay. In this case, let's say it's Andrew King to make things easier. Look, here's the pay button everywhere. So all we have to do, let's make it Bree. We want to pay this person. So we simply click pay. And what will happen is Oz will then create that payment. So let's just, for lack of a better word, let's just say it's 10%. So let's say it's 180. And then we have the ability to choose an account. All of this stuff right here. I clicked Bree twice, so that's why it's in there twice. So I could delete one. And once I have that person in there, I can even open that up if I want and go into a different view of that check. But it's that simple. So what I've shown you is how to create invoices, how to receive money to the invoices, and how to pay people.